Hey guys, welcome to our team call tonight. So much to go over real fast at the very beginning, but I know I was super excited, you guys, to see how many people are already on the board for Success Club points. Like, here we are a week in, and there's so many of us already on the board. So keep it up. On that same reminder, do not forget that tonight is the very last night to sign up to get your shirt. And remember, the way it's working is if you're going to Summit, there is a Summit shirt that you can sign up for. And if you decide that you are committed to hit Success Club by the 15th, your upline will be purchasing your shirt, or one of the diamonds in the tribe will be purchasing your shirt for you for Summit. If not, you could still, we'll still be getting your shirt. I think it's like $14. Is that right, Breezy? Yeah, so it's $14 for your Summit shirt. Everyone will be paying on the 16th. So if your shirt is paid for, it'll be taken care of on the 16th. If not, you'll need to PayPal it over to Breezy, that $14 for your shirt. If you're not going to Summit, there's also a tribe shirt that you can still earn. And again, your upline will do that. But your shirt's not going to get ordered unless you go in and say you're committed to hitting Success Club with your size. Because if you don't hit Success Club, you're responsible for paying for that shirt. If you hit Success Club, it will be given to you. A couple notes on the shirts, just so everyone knows. If you're going to Summit and want a Summit shirt and one of the tribe shirts, you can order both shirts, but you'll only have one paid for. So if you wanted to just say, hey, I want both shirts, I'll pay the $14 on the 16th. Perfect. Go ahead in and just do that. And the shirts come in both colors. So you can get the teal shirt in the tribe shirt or the Summit, and you can get the black one in the tribe or the Summit. But the V-neck comes in both colors, right? And the crew's only black?
You can get either in both colors.
Okay, that's right. See, that's why I need Breezy. I don't butcher it too bad. So, but there is a link in the tribe page. So if you have not committed or you haven't told your coaches, because it's for anyone in like the downline. So tell your coaches about it. Make sure that everyone knows, but they need to like commit to their size and that they're hitting Success Club. If they don't hit Success Club, it's their responsibility to pay. If you do hit Success Club by the 15th, it will be paid for you. But just realize that the payment's due on the 16th. So everything's taken care of because Breezy's fronting it, and then we'll take it from there. So any questions about that? Okay. And I just want to screen share this so everyone's kind of on the same page real fast, because people are a little bit confused still. And I don't blame you. It's something brand new, and I am not always the quickest to catch on to things myself. But we want to make sure everyone's on the same page with the way this new format in the tribe page is going on. First of all, if you sorry, I just got a message and I lost my train of thought. I'll get there. Anyways, the cool thing about what we're doing is we are literally just going back to the basics with everything. Even with my PS coaches, I told them I'm not even going to incentivize hitting Success Club. I'm going to incentivize those people who are checking in with their vital behaviors every single day. Because if they're doing those basic vital behaviors every day, they're going to hit Success Club. It's going to happen. And if it doesn't happen the first month, it's going to happen the second and third month because they have put in that time. Remember, what you do now reflects 3 months into the business. So all the work that you're putting in now, all those people who are saying no now, 3 months later, that is going to start to pay off. So we just want to go back to the basics. And what's super cool about this group is you could literally have no coach basics. If you had no coach basics outlined for your new coaches, you can get them started on the 4 vital behaviors every single day. And every week we're going to focus on a different vital behavior. So if you're someone's like, I don't even know where to start to get my new coaches, it's done for you right here on the tribe page. 1 week we'll talk about inviting. 1 week we'll focus on proof of the product, 1 week we'll post or do personal development, and 1 week we'll do recognition. And so I'm going to share my screen with you real fast, just so you guys can see what is here. So here is the Tribe page. If you're on your phone, oh, there we go. If you're on your phone, you have to remember to hit that view pin post. Oh, that's what I was saying. Remember, if you add a coach into the Tribe page, we no longer have that as the pin post. So just pin it or just put it on the Tribe page and for everyone to see, and it'll just move down the wall until someone says welcome. It'll bump it back up to the top anyway. So little change there. But this pin post right here is now what's here. In the Tribe banner, it says, view pin post. Okay, it's right here. This week we're focusing in on inviting, just so you guys can see it. So we typed up some tips for you. I've been doing videos of these tips, what I do, kind of expand a little bit. But there's also Breezy's breadcrumbing videos here, and also there's a Google Doc, which is also in the files page, but it's just conveniently located here. What is inviting? First, you have to build that relationship. It kind of just goes over that. So realize that resource is there for you as coaches, but that's there. And then at the top of this page, just so you can see, there is another Google Doc, and this explains everything, like how we're doing everything. So I would highly suggest you print this off every month. You could skip the first couple pages after you get it, but it explains it all here, how you earn points for the week, and then literally you can keep track of your points. Inviting, are you posting your invites in this pinned post Monday through Sunday? Are you doing proof of the product? Are you pinning that in the pinned post Monday through Friday or Saturday, Sunday? Personal development. So you can literally keep track of your points throughout the week, and there was a reminder there. So if you have like a coach notebook, you can put it right there. But this document literally explains exactly how the group's going to work. And so this week we're focusing on inviting, and you'll see like there's only a couple of us who have been inviting or pinning it or posting our invites here. But it's just going to take time and get used to doing it. And it's just going to be something that we do every single week. So if you've been bad about this week, don't worry. We'll start our new vital behavior next week. And you can just start getting perfected at these vital behaviors and doing them every single day. And so like this week is inviting. So I'm doing my 5 invites to my paid groups today. So these are like what I have done today. These are 5 of my paid invites that I sent out. The other thing that it says in this Google Doc here at the very beginning is every single one of you should be in a check-in page for you guys to check in. If Breezy is your upline star diamond, she has a page. And if I'm your upline star diamond, I have a page. And they're exactly the same. The only reason why we split it is so we know who's building on what kind of teams. Like, who my downline coaches are and who her downline coaches are. So we can focus in on those. And so there's no difference between them. It's just so we know who our downline builders are. And there is a link right here. If Breezy's your star diamond, this is where you need to click to check in. And if I'm your star diamond, this is where you'll click to check in. You're just going to create a photo album, and that's where you'll check in with the 4 vital behaviors. So this group is just to complement what's going on in the Tribe page. And what's nice about this is because you're creating a photo album, you can literally just go into the album. Like, let's say Rebecca was my coach. I can click on her picture, and I can see her check-ins every day. I don't have to go through the wall and trying to figure out who's been checking in. I can go into the albums, click on, Cassie's picture or whatever, see if she's checking in, see how she's doing. And so you, as your coach, you can go in and add your coaches and have them create their albums, and you can go in and kind of see what's going on there. So that's what these 2 groups are. One's just the Tribe page. We'll focus on 1 vital behavior every single week. So you can start mastering these vital behaviors, because that's what it's about. It doesn't matter if your goal is diamond this year, 5-star diamond, emerald this week. It's the same thing every single day. The top coach is doing the exact same thing that a brand new coach the first day is doing. So that's kind of how this is working. Does anyone have questions about this? Because I know it's been confusing. It'll get easier as, you know, you get in the routine of just checking in. The way the prizes work too, real fast, is each week starting, I don't know if we'll do it next week because it's so new, but, and I'm kind of the only one doing my invites on this page. I think one other person has posted their invites here. But at the beginning of our tribe team call, those people who have earned the points, I can't remember if we said 5 out of the 7 days or 6 out of the 7 days, you have your 5 invites listed. If you get those 6 points, because every day you posted those, we'll put all those people into a hat or whatever, and at the beginning of the tribe call, we'll randomly select a winner for a weekly prize just for doing this vital behavior. And then same thing, if you're checking in with your 4 vital behaviors every single day, I think we said 5, or I can't remember if we said 5 or 6, you'll have to read the document. But if you're checking with all 4 of your vital behaviors every single day, Breezy or me and my coaches, or her and her coaches, will do a weekly prize for checking in as well. So does that kind of make sense? And does anyone have questions about that before we dive into the diamond panel? Because we want to make sure you and all your coaches know about this. Okay. The other bonus to this is that, like, you as a coach, here's what we're asking you to do. If you do not have your own PS page, this is where you need to step up and be a leader, because now in that team page, you have a topic that you can talk about with your new coaches and act like a leader until you believe it yourself. But, you know, we're focused on inviting. So go find some YouTube videos, recreate them, or write something up for your coaches. Do a screenshot of your invite and let your coaches know that you're inviting. But this is the perfect time now for you to step up and be a leader. If you want to do a PS call with your or a Zoom chat with your PS coaches, you now have a topic every week. My Zoom chat with my coaches I just had was all about inviting in different scenarios and different tips that we're doing. And so you can collaborate as a team, and even if it's just one other person, they're seeing you as their leader. So if you have not created that PS page, we're telling you to go do it. We're not even like saying, it's probably a good idea, do it. Start from day one and be a leader so they see you as their leader and not their upline or someone else on the tribe page. That they're going to you because they see you as the leaders and we're their secondary support. So any questions about that before we dive in? I'm super excited about the call. So, okay. Okay, if you have any questions, just post it. You're going to see inviting all the rest of the week, little tidbits, little like what would you say before we move on. So anyways, diamond panel is about to go down and I'm way excited about it. What I'm going to do really fast is I'm going to start with the questions that have been asked on the event page. There are some questions already that people want answered. So we're going to start with those questions. And what I'll do is I will ask the question. So the diamond panel is going to consist of me, Rebecca, Cassie, Crystal, and Nicole, right? Got that right tonight? And so, you know, I'm going to ask the question and I will let all the other girls go first. And if I just have an amen to add to it, I'll just literally say amen and move on. But I'll kind of ask these questions and let these girls kind of tell you their thoughts, and I'll add my 2 cents when they're done. And if you guys have questions at the end and we have some time, if you guys think of questions while we're talking, feel free to write them down and we will dive in after we get through these questions that people asked. So, and feel free to ask in the chat box too if there's questions. If you're, you know, at the very end, we'll just go through the chat box and go from there. So, I'm just trying to find the event real fast. There it is. Okay, question number 1 is, how do you guys have time to put together and manage all your groups? I feel like everyone always has 5 or so groups going. Do you all have unlimited data? I'm doing 3 hours a day and still feel behind. So whoever wants to, whatever dime wants to unmute themselves first and jump in, go for it. Or I'll just assign a diamond.
I do feel like the groups are really overwhelming when you first start as a coach, when you're getting them all going. But like now for me, those groups are just kind of coming naturally and they're becoming easy. You'll start to find that once you start adding value a lot and doing more personal development and you have posts already in mind, posts that you like, things that you feel are good in your groups or in your personal page, save those posts in a document. And you can always reuse those in groups. I'm constantly reusing the same posts in groups and just kind of changing them up. So now that I've been doing this for a little while, my groups are so simple because I'm just pulling past groups and then every once in a while I'll add in like a live video or something new. But really it gets easier and easier the longer you do this. So don't get discouraged. It will get easier. But also, I don't know if you're scheduling your posts. If you schedule your posts in your groups, that really helps a lot because then it's just taken care of and you don't have to worry about it. So I don't know if that's something you're doing or not. There's different places like postcron.com that you can use to schedule groups or schedule posts in your groups if you're not.
Perfect. Any other diamonds?
I agree with Crystal. Just it's kind of overwhelming at first, but once you kind of get in the swing of it and get your groove, like it gets easier. And sometimes and I still do this, like overcomplicate it. And I'm like, this is not hard. Like, it's just simple. So I like to sit down and like make 2 weeks of my post and do it on like Postcron. Or if I'm using the app, I'll do it that way too. And that helps a lot because I don't feel stressed out in the morning like, oh crap, what am I going to post to my group? It's like, it's already done and thought out. And one thing I've been trying to do is like 1 week focus on nutrition, the next week focus on workouts and how important it is and, using their program the right way, using the calendar. And then the next week I like to focus on personal development and why they need to use that. And then just throw in fun things. But for a long time, I only did one group at a time, but I'm doing like my monthly challenge group, and then I'm doing like a free half marathon 10K group, and then just like a free group every now and then. But I can't handle too many groups at once too. So I think just do what you can handle.
And like you said, keep it simple. Like you're a coach, you're living, you're being proof of the product, you're doing personal development, you're doing those things. So even like, yes, you're posting on your page, your Facebook page, but even if some of those things are repeats in your group, nobody's going to care because a lot of them aren't even seeing your personal page. So when you do your workout, you're posting about it. When you're eating, you're posting about it. When you're doing personal development, post about what you learned. Those are valuable. You're adding value in your group. So you don't have to overcomplicate it either. I mean, you can keep it that simple and then just post like a motivational quote. You don't have to make it complicated with your groups. Keep some of them simple and then encourage them to do the same thing. They're posting their workout. They're posting what they're eating. They're posting. So everybody's just doing that same thing and you're just motivating each other. You can keep them pretty simple.
I just wanted to add that I know we're all busy and a lot of the stuff has already been created by our coaches above us or our teams that we have. So don't try to recreate the wheel. There's tons of scripts that are there and just add your own personality, your own pizzazz to it. Add your own pictures, add your own quotes, and that's going to be a really easy way to help you with that.
And the Coach Online office has formats already put together too for each program even.
Okay. I'm the same way, exactly what they just said. The only thing I would add is I am just very consistent in what I'm doing each week. So I always have 2 paid groups going on because mine are 60 days. So they overlap. So I'll be like day 30 at one and day 1 at the other. And so I always start those the last Monday of the month. My free group, I tried the first week this month, the holidays, it's going to be put off but usually it's the first week. My What is Coaching is the last Monday of the month. And so if you just know what's coming up, it's easy to do. And don't forget, on the actual app, if you're using the Beachbody Challenge app, you can schedule your entire 30 days post, before the group even starts. You can do 60 days. You don't have a max like you do on Postcron, because Postcron's free, but it only allows you like 10 posts a day to your groups. And so that's the only thing is I would just say, like, plan out your month so you know exactly what's going on. So, okay, the next call or question says, sorry, I just skipped one. Okay. I'm getting better at offering the discount coach option at first, and I know eventually they can turn into building coaches. But how do I find building coaches? I know it can take time, but how can I attract them? Rebecca, you want to take this? You've got discounts.
Sure. I've got a variety of coaches. Some have gone from discount to building. Some have gone from building to hanging out on the sideline. It just depends on the person, I guess, and where they're at in life. But I don't know how. I had a really, really hard time at first inviting to the discount, because I didn't initially come on as a discount coach. I came on as a builder, brand new, everything to Beachbody. So like I started talking about coaching and why I joined, like, right off the bat, because that was my story. And so I didn't post about it, though. I talked about a lot about it in personal messages. So I think when you post and do personal messages, they both have to coincide with each other. So you can't just post about coaching and then not talk about it in personal messages, and you can't just talk about it in personal messages and then not post about it. So just make sure that you are being consistent with however you're talking about it. If you want to attract building coaches, talk about the business, talk about why you love it. If you got a $40 paycheck, say that you paid for gas that week and you didn't have to take it out of your husband's check. Just do like little things that mean a lot to you about why you're building the business, and do both in your posts and your personal messages. And people, sometimes they'll come to you and they'll say, hey, what are you doing? I'm interested, whatever. But most of the time, like we've been focusing on, they will come from challenge groups. My first 2 challengers actually turned into builders. So it just depends on what you're doing, but share your story, share what you love about the business and why you became a builder, I guess.
And I'll just add to that, this is the exact reason why I do 60-day groups, because it's easy for me to offer the discount from day one, because it's easy to say, do you want a second bag to get you through the full 60-day challenge? And then I explain it's about $4 a day or $120 a month, or instead of $460 a day. So it's super easy for me to say, do you want that second bag to get through the full 60 days? And I always say it won't be charged and shipped until 30 days after you order. So they know they're not having to come up with another $120, for the group. So that's exactly why I do 60-day groups and not 30-day groups, because I can add those discounts. But my builders tend, not all of them, like Rebecca said, like she was one who just said, okay, I'm ready to go. Like, let's do this. But we've been talking so much. Jeff Hill was just talking about this, and I think Breezy posted it in the Tribe page. But, we've been talking about recruit. And we've lost that, not that we shouldn't recruit, because we need to recruit, but we've lost that passion for challenge groups and finding those builders through your challenge groups, people who are solid, people who love the product because they've seen what it has done for their lives, for their physical transformation, for their emotional transformation. They've seen that all. So when I do these challenge groups, I'm looking for the people who are offering that support to others, who are natural builders because they love the product. They are seeing the results. And so it's super easy to say, hey, like, you are coaching. You're already proof of the product. I have them read personal development in my challenge groups. So they're already doing 2 of the 3 vital or 4 vital behaviors. And then once a week in my challenge group, I have them post something health related to their wall. No matter if it's, getting enough water and that they are committed to getting 100 ounces of water in that day, whatever it might be, who wants to join them? And so when I approach them about coaching, I say, you're doing what I do every day. You are getting up, you're working out, you're feeling good, you are posting to social media about your health, and you're reading personal development. You're doing what a coach is doing and not getting paid for it. So those are the people I look for in my challenge groups when I talk about coaching is who's my rock stars. And, I was the only one in Breezy's challenge group that participated. Like literally, I was the only one showing up, posting every single day. But look where I am today. I'm one of her solid coaches. And that came because I was solid in the 60-day group. So any other thoughts, Diamonds?
I think you need to be solid in your groups, but you also need to be consistent, like you said, with always running a group. So don't just think, if I hit Success Club, I'll do a group. No, you are doing a group every single month. That is the best way to find success. You have to plan on it and do whatever it takes to fill that group with challengers. You also need to be consistent with your posting. You need to be consistent in everything, or they're not going to want to build on your team. Before people come into this business, they are probably going to Facebook stalk you. They're probably going to see what you are doing. So you need to be consistent, because if you're not, they're going to say, hey, how do I know that they're going to train me well? Or how do I know that I'm going to find success because I'm not seeing it with them? And talk like a top coach. I see this a lot, and it's hard because we're trying to be vulnerable. We're trying to share our lives. But if you're struggling in this business currently, if you're having failures, or you're like, I'm not doing as good as the other coaches, don't post about it. Post like you are a top coach. Post like you are dang successful until you are. Or they're not going to want to do this.
And I think so much like what you just said, Crystal, like, I think so often we think about ourselves like, I'm not successful, I'm not whatever. And it, like, this just happened to me the other day. Like, some girl was like, wow, like, you're legit in this whole Beachbody thing. And I was like, oh, really? Like, and it kind of like threw me off guard. Like, is that what people think? Because I, a lot of times, don't feel like that. So it's true. We have to just like fake it till you make it.
I think everybody's doing better than they realize too. We're hard on ourselves.
Exactly. And realize, like, some of my PS coaches have said or made comments like, it must be so much easier to recruit when you can throw that Premier in there, or it must be easy to, recruit because you already have established. Well, guys, I started with 0 coaches, just like you. Breezy started with 0 coaches, just like you. We didn't start off at elite and Premier coaches from day one. We worked to build up to that. And you are on an elite team. That's what's super cool about this tribe is you can say that you are on an elite team. Not everyone can say that. And so realize that, like, when you're talking to people, you are legit. You are on an elite team. And don't take that for granted. When you're talking, you don't have to say that you're not elite. Like, we come from an elite team. We are one of the top ranked, teams out there. And so realize that, like, sometimes we see, like, Breezy has X amount of coaches. It must be easy for her. Or Ashley has X amount of coaches. She must, like, just be lucky. It's not. We showed up every single day, especially the first 1.5 years, 2 years of our business, and we were consistent. And that's what it came down to. So, yeah.
Can I add a side note?
Yes.
Sorry. I said I wasn't going to talk, but so it reminded me of something. So the first year I was pushing for elite, I was totally faking it, you guys. I was like, I I had gone 2-star the first part of the year. I dropped to diamond at Summit. I didn't know how I was going to go 5-star by the end of the year being diamond at Summit. And I had this, I had something, I can't remember what it was, but I said that I was going to be an elite team. And I posted like an invitation, like a coaching invite, like who's going to be part of my elite team? Like I'm going to be elite. And I projected it and I put it out there and I just faked it until I did it. And I think that that's kind of what we have to do. We have to, so many times we put up other coaches on pedestals and, we put our coach up on a pedestal. We put coaches that we follow and idolize up on this pedestal and think they're so great. Put yourself up on that pedestal, you guys. People want to be on your team. You are an amazing coach. You are inspiring people every day with your posts. Put yourself up on that pedestal and have a little bit of belief in yourself because you can be great and you can do awesome things. So, and then I just wanted to go back to the discount coach thing. Something I do, I don't sign up as many discount coaches anymore. And the reason I don't from the get-go, there's nothing wrong with it, you can, but the reason that I don't is because I usually message them about 2 weeks into the challenge and invite them to the discount option or to the coaching option. And then if they do want to be a builder, then that starts them off with success starters. So they don't miss out on a month of success starters, which is, building a business, hitting Success Club and getting those rewards in the first few months of the business. So there's no wrong way to do it, but recruit from your challenge groups, offer the discount to people no matter when you do it, always offer. But yeah, that's it. I'm done.
Thanks. No, that's awesome. And, and I was just going to say, as Breezy was talking, I was one of Breezy's first, I'm a guinea pig coach for her. I had no idea that she was brand new. And this is something she doesn't even know. I remember seeing her posts and I Googled lead fitness thinking it was like a diet. Like I literally thought that it was like, I remember asking my mom, because my mom's done every weight loss program too. And I remember thinking, have you heard of lead, like the diet lead? And because that was before she became the tribe, that was her team name. So I Googled that thinking and I'm thinking, what is she doing? She seemed happy and good. Life was good. I remember Googling that thinking, and I was so confused what lead was, but, I had no idea. She put it out there and she seemed legit to me. So, yes, exactly. Okay. Next question we're going to open up is, I know we are supposed to be adding to our network daily, but how do you keep starting new conversations? I feel like I have kind of hit the wall and am running out of people to talk to and running out of people to add as friends.
I would be happy to take this one because I feel like this has happened to me a lot recently. First of all, I know Breezy has shared before, but I just want to share again that she has built her elite business just from her warm market on Facebook, meaning just the friends that she has that she added through Facebook. So when I hear things like that, I'm like, okay, maybe I haven't talked to all my friends on Facebook. Maybe I'm avoiding the girl that used to call me names in high school, or the weirdos that I used to make fun of, or just people that you never know who this opportunity could affect. So there are other people out there, even if you think there might not be. We've talked a little bit about groups and mom groups, yard sale groups. I recently joined a Steelers group because I'm a huge sports fan. And it's a really cool way to just connect with people. We literally just talk about sports, and I'm going to a game this year. And it's just a good way for me to meet new people and expand my market. I've also joined one that's within my community, and I just started talking to people, forming those relationships. And when I try to invite them to a challenge group or a free group or something like that, or even start the conversation, I typically just say something like, holy crap, I saw that you're friends with so-and-so and so-and-so. I went to high school with them. How do you know them? Lots of times people don't respond, but it's at least a good way to start the conversation. If we don't have mutual friends, I'll go to their Facebook profile and I'll see kind of what they're about, if they work, if they're at home, and I'll private message them and I'll just say, hey, thanks for the ad. I love meeting new people. whoa, I really like your photographs. How long have you been in photography? I think that's really cool. Just a good way to start the conversation. I've also been using Instagram a lot lately. I love, love, love Instagram because you can just search by hashtags, and those hashtags take you to more hashtags, and it opens up just a plethora of people that are out there. And I know it was Keisha. She actually said this example where she posted on one of her like super coaches now, hey, cool, sweet pancakes. Like those look awesome. Nom. So like I comment on people's stuff like that all the time, and they don't always respond, but it's a good way to just reach out. And I've actually built my Instagram just doing that, reaching out to people, going through, liking a bunch of their pictures, and that's helped me a lot.
Wait, I guess I can go. This is hard for me too. I feel like you get to that point, but I have been trying to use my like page a lot. So people that will like my page, I'll just message them and say, hey, thanks so much for liking my page and supporting me and what I'm doing, or just kind of getting conversation started, saying I love getting to know new people. So kind of that way, and also through free groups. I've kind of followed what Ashley's done and said, you know, I offer a $10 gift card. Look, you'll be put in a drawing for a $10 gift card if you share on Facebook that you're in this free group and invite other people to it. And so I've gotten it, like last time I got quite a few people in my free group from that. And so just new people that I didn't know before, but now I get to know better and get to know about them. So that's kind of what I've been doing.
Hey guys, there are how many people living here in the United States alone? Like there's so many people, and we live in a world that is virtual. Everything's done through virtual. Like we don't even like go out and meet people anymore. Everything's done in the convenience of our own home. Like you don't even have to go to Walmart to shop anymore. Like it's done for you virtually. And so like realize that like when you're going into these groups, you know, really figure out your niche market. Join teaching groups, nursing groups, mom groups, you know, Steeler groups, whatever interests you. And if you're learning how to sew, go join some groups so you can figure it out. One of my favorite things to do is in these groups, you know, if I'm having a problem, let's say I'm in a mom group. If I'm having a problem with earaches, my kid needs tubes, I can go search that page and put earache and see what other people have done and comment on those things. If I am in a teaching group and I, you know, want to teach my kid some CVC words, how to read CVC words, like what are some fun activities, I can search that page for that particular answer, and I can start talking to people about that particular subject. So when you start building these and you're talking back and forth, then you can add them as a friend and just say, hey, like, you know, obviously we can, you know, we're going back and forth, might as well just private message instead of sitting here back and forth. So I use that search box a lot when I try and get to know people, because I don't want to know everyone on the mom group. I want to know moms that are having similar issues that I'm having as a mom, or I want to find other people who are maybe homeschool moms, you know, that like now that I'm home, like how can I better educate my child over the summer break when they're not in school? And so join those groups and kind of go from there. So yes. And it, like they said, if Breezy can come from a small town, you know, and do this, there's so many small town people who are successful at this business. Like I don't want to say don't make the excuse to say I'm out of friends, but there's so many people. I mean, people say all the time about like, oh, there's so many programs out there. Well, over half the nation's obese. Like obviously there's over half a nation to talk to. And so, and that's just us. We're open to Canada too. So, you know, kind of go from there. The next one, it kind of goes with Kelly's question. Once you get new contacts added, how and when do you start a conversation with them? I've recently added a ton of new contacts that I knew from high school, but I'm not quite sure how soon I should contact them. A few I contacted right away. And then another question, once the conversation is started and you've been talking and Beachbody has been brought up, but they don't acknowledge it, how would steer it back to talking about? How would you go back talking to that person after you mentioned Beachbody? So we'll start at the beginning of the question. How do you reach out to your new contacts who you just friend requested and they accepted? Cassie, I'm throwing this out to you because you just told us on the PS call.
I was going to say, I feel like I kind of already answered this, but I am going to go hardcore stalk that person. I'm going to go like multiple pictures on their posts. I'm going to spread some love to them. I'm going to comment, share something that I really like about them. And then I'm going to private message them and I'm going to say something, hey, girl, we haven't talked in so long. Can you believe we have been out of high school for almost 10 years now? What's going on with your life? How have you been? Tell me about you. I do that a lot with people that I've gone to high school with. And then as far as when people like ignore when I drop Beachbody comments, I don't beat around the bush. I just say, hey, kind of random, but would you like to join my challenge group? Or, hey, do you remember when I said that I have a challenge group going? I'd love to have you join. What do you think? Like, I'm a follow-up Nazi, and that's helped me.
Okay. Yeah, I'm the same way. I think she nailed it perfectly. I always, once I add them, I connect. I send a message to them. Hey, like I said, go through and and just send a random message. Like, if it's your high school friend, like, how has it been 10 years since we graduated high school? Like, how is it that we grew up overnight and we have 10 kids? Like, what do you do as a mom? Like, what do you, are you a baseball mom, soccer mom, whatever it might be. But you know that because you've stalked their Facebook page. So, yes. Okay. One last, and this is something I want every single one of you guys to unmute who are on this diamond panel. I want to know how you all fit in coaching while being busy women. Jobs, kids, husbands. How in the heck do you hit Success Club every month, be a diamond and star diamond coach? How do you do it? Every single one of you are unmuting on this one.
Okay, I guess I'll get over with. Yes, that's the hardest part, I think. And I think I'm still, I feel like I was in such a good groove and then summer hit and my whole world just went crazy. So I feel like I'm just starting to get back to a routine. But yeah, I have 3 little kids and my 1-year-old is out of control. If he's awake, it's chaos. And I also am a clean freak and I can't handle messes around. So I have to be really organized. So I use I have a passion planner right here and that helps me a lot. So I plan out my days, plan out my weeks, because I feel like as a mom, my mind, there's so much in my mind that if it's not written down, I'm like, what was I supposed to be doing? I can't remember. So if I have it written down, it's oh yeah, I was supposed to contact her. I was supposed to follow up with her. I'm supposed to get my post ready for my free group or my post ready for my group, whatever it is. And this has been hard for me too, also summer, but I would try to get up early and get my workout in first. That for me, I have to do that because it kind of like gets me going, gets me kind of pumped up. And then I will just do my power of 3. And I feel like that has helped me a lot because if I think about too much, I get overwhelmed and then I don't do anything. But if I can be like, okay, I can do the 3, I can do those 3s, like, and then if I have time, I'll do more later. But at least I can say, okay, I did it. And sometimes that has to be enough for me, like being a busy mom. And, you know, my husband's super busy, firefighter, paramedic, he's a contractor. So a lot falls on me. And so, yeah, I feel like I have to be organized. So that's probably my tip. I know that doesn't work for everyone. Some people like unorganized, you know, but I have to be organized or I literally would be crazy.
Thanks. Rebecca, you want to go next?
I suppose. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm one of those people that would like to be organized, but I'm not very organized. And I try all kinds of different systems to be organized, and I just fail. But one thing that really, really helps me is Google Calendar. And I schedule like what I'm supposed to be doing. So like my power hour, it has an alarm that goes off. And so like in the morning, it'll have like my alarm will go off. It'll wake me up and either I do my power hour, and it depends on the day. And you can just move the event, I guess is what it is, an event up or down. So I'll either do my power hour or like my personal development first thing in the morning. And then my alarm will go off and it'll tell me like, okay, it's like 7:30. My kids are probably going to wake up, and it'll have like, I think I put like 7:30 is like eat breakfast with the kids and read them a story from the Friend magazine. And then like at certain times I do certain things, and it always pops up on my phone, and it's from Google Calendar. I have it scheduled like on my computer. I just go through every night and I say, okay, tomorrow, what's going on? Okay, my dad needs me to come into work for him tomorrow, so I have to move everything around, or my husband's going to be out of town for 3 days. What are we going to do? So just trying to stay organized, having a loose schedule for me, and then having certain tasks within that schedule. And I'm a checklist person, so I have within each event, I made like a little checklist for myself, and I just can go in there and I check things. Scheduling posts is a must for me. I use the time at night to create a lot of my posts, and that helps me kind of wind down from feeling like, oh my gosh, I've been talking to 25,000 people today. And it's just, that's like my decompression, I guess, is creating stuff. So I use that time to create stuff, and then I don't have to freak out at, you know, tomorrow during lunch I should post something. I just pull something up that I made last night and I slap it up there. And yeah, just figure out what works for you. I know life is crazy. I know, like, if you have kids or crazy husbands with schedules or crazy schedule yourself, then life is just going to happen. Just, you have to keep moving forward and do the 4 vitals. And yeah, I think that's all I got.
Thank you. Crystal, you want to go next?
P.S. real quick, you're totally organized. That sounds way organized. Your whole Google Calendar. That's awesome.
That's my semi-organized. I don't always stick with it. I just know what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't always do it.
I don't know. I have to get up early. So I do sacrifice my sleep, and I have to always be okay with that struggle, and knowing that that struggle is a good thing, because those struggles are what make us stronger and what make us better. So I do wake up early to get things done before my children wake up. So I try to get done my personal development, scheduling my posts. I have to have my posts scheduled for the day in my like page and in my groups, or that's all I'm focused on. As soon as I post something, I have the notification set to turn off the notifications. I don't want a million notifications. It sidetracks me, and I need to focus when I'm working. So I turn off all notifications for all my posts in my groups, in my like page, on my Facebook wall. All notifications are turned off. So I don't get distracted, and then I just check them every evening. But I don't know, to be honest. I just pray every sneaking morning that I can do my best to help someone and I can get done what I need to, because you will never be caught up. You will never feel like you've got your entire everything together. But just focus on loving the journey, loving every single day, enjoying what you are doing, enjoying being with your kids, or enjoy your work if you don't have kids, or whatever it is that you do. Enjoy your challengers, enjoy your challenge groups, because you will never feel like you are caught up. And that's totally okay. Learn to be okay with that. And just do the best that you can do and focus on what you can control, and just really focus on the joys that come into every single day. Because you'll never get it all done. So.
Thank you. Cassie. Now, Cassie is going to be different because she is working 1,000 hours a week. So let's find out how the busy working lady does it.
Oh, boy. First of all, I hate following you, Crystal, because you're always so motivating and inspirational. And then I feel like no. Anyway. There was a national wake-up call that was a couple weeks ago. I don't even remember when it was. And she was talking about power pockets. I live and breathe in those power pockets. I work crazy hours. It's not always the same. Sometimes it's 6 to 3. Sometimes it's 11 to 8. Sometimes it's 1 to 10. So I really, really, really have to plan out my time and not work hard, work smarter with it. I can't let myself get distracted when I am inviting, and I can very easily. That's probably one of my biggest downfalls, is I get distracted with Facebook or notifications or creating a post of the fun things about coaching versus just the inviting, which not inviting is not fun, but I try to focus on at least one thing that I love about the business, or one thing that helps motivate me and inspire me every day. Personal development has helped a ton. I drive like an hour and 20 minutes right now to work, to and from work. So I am killing audiobooks right now. Those have helped me a ton over the past month. A Miracle Morning has helped me a ton because I've not been a morning person. So starting my morning, being able to just wake up first without wanting to slaughter everyone in sight. And then just spreading that love to people, sharing it. And I'm not always going to get to my messages or my notifications. And that really bothered me when I first started coaching. But I just have to kind of set that expectation that I'm busy, I'm at work. I promise I'll get back to you when I have free time. And I will pour my heart and soul out to you when I have the time available. All of you moms are super moms. I have no idea what that's like. And I feel like the ugly duckling in the group, because I'm the only one that doesn't have kids. So that's actually been really hard for me. And there's this quote that I have to share because it's on my phone and I read it every day. And it says, figure out who you are when you figure out who you are by doing the things that you're not, or figuring out the things that you're not. So I've learned to not be like everyone else, because I'm not. And I have to focus on the things that I am. And that's helped me a lot, is just focus on the good qualities that I have. and try to keep doing just with the schedule. Try to stick with the schedule. That's all she wrote.
You're so funny. That was everyone, right? I didn't skip anyone before I tell you what I do. Just going through real fast. Okay. This is like a loaded question. Like it really is. It's hard because in my mind, it makes sense. And it's funny when we're trying to figure out team calls and trying to figure out what to do, I'm just like, it really comes down to I show up every day. That's what I do. And I am not a morning person. Ask my husband. Like I am the, snooze. Like my husband some nights, okay, honestly, I didn't go to bed till 5 a.m. this morning because I was up with the little 1-year-old. And so like today, I didn't get up early to work out. My workout happened at 11. And that's how this whole week has been. My son's been sick, so my workout's not done till like 11 o'clock. And then I'm getting in the shower at 12 and getting ready. I'm done by 1. And my days stink when I do that. And the days I'm committed to getting up early, taking care of myself. I think so often as women especially, we're the first to take care of everybody else, but we don't take care of ourselves. And in so many ways, work comes first. Your husband comes first. All these things are pulled at us, and it's okay to wake up an hour early, be by yourself, and focus on you. And I have found that when I am not sticking to a program, when I'm not reading personal development in the morning, when I'm not showing up and getting those things done early, I am a much better mom if I get in the shower or I get up, get my workout in, personal development, hop in the shower, and I'm ready to go when my kids are up. I accomplish the world when I can shower before my kids are up and going. The days I don't shower at all, or like, let's be honest, or not till 1, 2 in the afternoon, those are the days that I slack on my invites. I slack in being a mom. I'm like, my kids can watch another 30 minutes of Netflix. I'm good. Like, those are the days that I'm totally unproductive. So my goal has been to get up, usually when my kids are eating breakfast or something, that's when I'm in the shower. Then they're busy anyways, so they're not coming in anyways, like, most of the time, and that's like my time. I was looking at this because I wanted to make sure my Success Club qualification happened last month, and I just happened to pull up the report. I'm 30 months in Success Club straight, Success Club 5, and then whatever halfway through, I'm 6 months away from hitting Success Club 10 for, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I'm 19 months into hitting Success Club 10 every month. So how do I do that? And I don't want to make it sound easy because I'll tell you it's not. It took sacrifices. It took losing sleep. It took getting up early. After I went to NLC, I was super pumped, and I said, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to get up early. And as I've kind of slacked on that more and more, my organization has slacked a little bit more and more. My coaches have slacked a little bit more. And not having that accountability together at 6 a.m., my coaches are like, I can sleep in a little bit. And I've noticed that. And that's part of my leadership responsibility. I will tell you, I am not someone who goes to bed at 8 o'clock so I can get up at 5 a.m. Okay, I'm a mom. I have a husband. I have work. This is my full-time job too. Like, I still put in the time. But looking back, what did I do when I was first starting this process to hit Success Club, my first month that I started building to now? And I will tell you, it's being consistent. I show up every single day. Like when I did the team call on hitting Success Club the last 2 weeks of the month, I meant it. I meant that I was going to hit it because I told Breezy, if I could sum it up, my whole slide would just say work like hell. That's what it would say, because that's what I've done every single day. Now, are there days that I don't do Beachbody? Yes. Are there days that my family is way more important than anything that Beachbody could ever touch? Yes. But my ultimate goal is to get my husband home so we can be a full-time family. And that's not going to happen if I don't show up every single day. My income a year ago has over tripled from what it was a year ago because of the compound effect of this business. My first paycheck, the first month of my business, paid for my Shakeology, and that was it. That was it. So when I decided that this was my goal, was to get my husband home so that we could be a family full time, we talked about it. We know where our sacrifices are being made. We know where we're not going to compromise things. We know, he knows that Thursday nights, he's sitting literally over on the couch right now, but he knows that this is my time to work. He supports that and he's behind that. He understands my schedule. Now that it's summertime, I have my nap time that I used to work is now school time. That is mine and my son's time to spend that one-on-one time together. That is not a compromisable time for Beachbody. That is my relationship building time with my son. And so you've got to figure out your why. And I will tell you, I worked way harder the first year to year and a half of this business than I do now. I work very hard still, but my days are different. My days are, I'm still doing the 4 vital behaviors now, the 3 vital behaviors, primarily every single day. Was I perfect at it at the beginning? No. Did I read personal development every day? No. Did I find excuses in this business? Yes. But that is what it's about, is consistency and showing up. Just like your weight loss isn't going to happen tomorrow, it happens because you show up every single day of this. And if you aren't taking care of yourself in this business and you don't have that vision of the why and the purpose that, that quote, go to bed with determination, wake up with satisfaction. If you're not feeling that, you haven't found your why. And that's what you need to dig into, because you all know how crappy this business has been for me the last 2 months and in the building side of the business, but there's still been growth. There's still been achievement. To say, you guys know I struggled with Success Club last month, and yes, I hit it. But because I worked, I want to say again, worked like hell that last month, I'm sitting at Success Club 6 because I didn't make the excuse last month that I was going to sit back and say, Success Club 5 is okay. It's okay if I don't hit 10. I still hit Success Club. I still get the prize or whatever it might be. But that's where I've done is I've said, okay, these 2 hours are mine in the morning. I can accomplish the world when I get up, work out, get dressed, get everything done in the morning. And then I find the mom cracks. I used to be like Cassie when she said it used to bug me when I didn't get my messages right back as soon as someone messaged me. But I've set those limits. I've set those boundaries, and my coaches know that I will get to you. I promise I will get to you. It might not be in 30 seconds. It might be an hour or two later. If I'm spending that time with my family, that is our time. I used to, have my phone at the dinner table. I'll be honest. Like the first year, it was like, okay, like message, I got a challenge pack sold or whatever it might be. But now it's off to the side, because I have to set those limits. But like, that's where it's all about, is the consistency. I promise, guys, I will if I was rich, I'd put $100 down on each one of you guys. That if you guys for the next 3 months, give it 3 months, show up and do your vital behaviors at least Monday through Friday, but at least Monday through Saturday, take your day off, whatever it might be. You show up and you do those 3 things, the 4th one now, but those 3 things daily and the recognition a few times a week. I promise by month 3, you'll be hitting Success Club continually because you've gotten up and you've had that compound effect. if you get up and do that this whole month for the rest of the month, there's a good chance you're going to hit Success Club this month. But I promise you 3 months away, you'll be hitting Success Club monthly because you put in that time to be consistent in this business and you found your why. Because you can't be reading your personal development or listening to your personal development and get lost. It comes because it's there for you. So that's my answer in a nutshell, a long answer, but I get that all the time. So many of you, because I know what you're thinking, some of you guys right now. And because I thought the same thing when I was a new coach is it's luck. Like, honestly, like how many of you guys are sitting there thinking that I'm lucky in this business, that everything has worked out because it was luck? Because I thought the same thing. I thought Breezy had it good because she was lucky. I thought, okay, she's Breezy. She must have it easy. Like she can just talk to people all day long. Like it's easy for her. It must be easy for Melanie. Like she's an all-star coach. Like she's a top #1 coach. It must be super easy for her. It's not luck and it's not easy. It's staying consistent every single day of your business. So the compound effect takes place a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. So that is my answer of why or how I've hit Success Club for 30 months straight, knock on wood. I'm on 31 now. I hit Success Club this month. But, it's not luck. Never think it's luck. Any one of you guys can I told my PS coaches on the phone call before this, like, if you think that this business isn't working, you're wrong. Think about how many people this business works for daily. Think about how many people have retired their spouses. Think about how many people have reached income goals, paid off debts, and they're still like multiple people. So if you're sitting there thinking that this company doesn't work, you're wrong. You're going to need to figure out what's not working for you and fail forward. So anyways, it's late, but yes, Breezy, is there anything you want to add? Put you on the spot. Okay. All right. Invites. Start posting those invites, guys. Get used to it. If you have not checked in, you don't know what group you need to check in, go read that pinned post. There's a couple links. Go read through them. Make sure your coaches know about them. Don't forget your t-shirt orders for Summit or your tribe t-shirts. If you want one, even if you're not going to commit to Success Club, which why wouldn't you, by the 15th, make sure you have that order placed. So, okay. Have a wonderful night, guys.